Hello again from Lightspring Glen. This is Carol welcoming you back after, well, if you follow these videos with any regularity or did in the past, once again, it's been a long time since I made the last one. So welcoming you again on this October 21st, 2021. Oh, I like that numerology, 10/21, 2021. And last night, no matter when it is you see this, your last night, like mine, was brilliant with the Hunter full moon in Aries. Full moon in Aries, and the Aries that I am, it was a wonder I actually slept as deeply as I did. Lots of wonderful dreams. I'm always really stoked by the energies of the full moon and the new moon, but that's another video's commentary. So here we are. You can certainly see by the colors of those trees, and we're going to walk down there, but I'm starting here right beside the house because this might be the vantage point a few feet higher. And there's the ladder waiting for me to come out and wash the rest of the windows. For the one new part of my house this year, this wonderful patio door. And next year, right where I'm standing, hopefully a small deck. And if videos for YouTube are still on my creative agenda, you'll be seeing more from here. But in the winter, this patio door that I've just shown you offers this beautiful, beautiful view. But here we are, a bit of a reunion. How are you? How is your autumn going? If it's autumn for you, it's not too many people in other parts of the world who tune into these that would be enjoying the oncoming of their spring. Here we are. Some of the color that's still here, October the 21st. So I'm going to take us down to the pond. Got some things I'd like to share and go on down to the water and look over into the woods. It's a little past 11 o'clock or nearing 11 o'clock, late morning, and I've always loved looking out from the house, or say from the yard, across the pond and into the hemlock grove, which is over there. And in the morning, as it's here late morning with the sun coming up from the east, we're looking south, or in the afternoon, the sun going down in the west, and the shadows and the sun that pattern the woods always just delight me. Some beautiful clouds there. Good morning, beautiful sylphs. Good morning, good morning. I'll go speak with the undines, with the waters. At some point, if you're really sharp-eared, you may hear already the waterfall, which is to our right. Coming down, looking into the pond. The summer, since I made so few videos, it was, for us here in the Northeast, here in the upstate area of where I live, part of the Northeast, upstate New York, was a whole lot of rain, which we dare not talk about in any disparaging way comparatively to other regions of the country that suffered from lack of rain and fires and the devastation that brought. But here it was a lush summer and things in the yard, and it's pretty ragged along the edges of the pond. I had intent to keep things trimmed up a bit more, and with the rain and then the most mosquitoes I've ever seen in the 8 years I've been here, it made for working outside a really bit of a challenge. Have you sigh? She breathes out. But there's always another year. There's always another season. Let's see if I can bring us up to show you some of the gold and the light of these colors that are here. But we had our wonderful bird friends arrive for the seasons, the one who nests and raise their families here. And in particular, well, all of us here in this little bit of a neighborhood up here in Richardson Hill, we were treated to a bluebird family that nested a short ways down the hill and came up to often go hunting for insects and such as they do here in my yard. So it was a great joy, bird watcher that I am. I love all the birds. There's not a one I don't love. But the bluebirds are really, really special. And they stayed a long time. They fledged. They had one family, 2 young ones, 2 juveniles, and the whole family would be in the yard. And if you don't know them too well, look them up and listen to their sweet song. So they had a lot of fun with the insect population that was particularly, I want to see if I can point you into the woods there to that water sparkling there, one of the little streams coming down into the pond. So anyway, the bluebirds, what a delight, what a delight. So we're having still very mild weather. The bluebirds have gone south with their kin. The hummingbirds have gone south. And the warblers that up the hill from me, it's warbler paradise up in the old farm fields. Just about all of them have flown south, and I hope their migration has gone well. There are dragonflies. Did I just say that? It's that mild, and if you see something zipping along the top of the grass, it's still the dragonflies. So, given the extended warmth, comfortably so, it's really wonderful to be outside. And the mosquitoes are pretty departed, so that makes it pretty cool. But the winged ones, who are the dragonflies, it's really wonderful to still see them. And maybe in another week or so it'll become cold enough with a good freeze or so, maybe. I haven't actually heard a prediction. And I've yet to find out. You know, add a note below if you like, if you know. I do not know if the dragonflies themselves do a little bit of migrating. I could be entirely making that up. Other migrants of the winged tribe are the monarch butterflies, and it has been a good season for the monarchs as all of their numbers coming through. We may even see one more out here today. It's wonderful to see that their population, which was minimized distressingly a couple of years ago, seems to have at the very least stabilized and maybe increased. And even though, okay, those are my winged notes, I guess, looking at some of the clouds coming over us today in this beautiful October day. So the summer was a good one in so many ways. Farm girl that I am, growing up and living here on the corner of the Rosa farm that is this land. I wondered, with all of the wet, the farmers who bring in hay for mostly their cows, but certainly horses, it seemed as if it was a good year in terms of the thickness of the hay fields and that kind of thing. But I talked with a young man a week or two ago, and he said it really wasn't as good a year as it seemed to be to me, because these huge round bales that they mostly put up these days, he said either getting into the fields to get it baled, or he said even the bales, once they were once they were made, the rain would, or the wet in the field soaks up into the lower part of it and makes it less nourishing. So here I was thinking it was being a good hay year. Okay, just to end this here as we go along. I mean, I'm kind of in a way feeling like I'm catching up with you. And I have not yet thought that after all of the videos that were part of the effort I made during the lockdowns, the lockdown times of a year ago into the spring. It seemed good to be able to offer something from this beautiful place to share with people. And then the summer came for me and other things took precedence. There's always change. Change is the one constant in life, isn't it? And so I really, my time to do them, my creative energy really got taken off into other things. So I'm back now with this one, sharing it with you, a bit of Lightspring Glen. And I know I will continue these. I doubt, well, who knows? Who knows? They might come back again as something wanting to be done in a more regular form. I am intending, and by the time you see this, you can check the commentaries tab of the YouTube channel to see if it's there, because on my to-do list is to put a, even though the videos for Between the Realms have their titles offered to you, and I offered some things to share in terms of communion with trees and daily ceremony that one could do to support your journeys. Oh, a little bee just buzzed by. I hope you heard that. I'm going to put a more definitive list on the community or the commentary page to guide you to those timeless exercises to do in ceremonies. I am blessed to live here every day, here in this land that includes this green lawn, and I let the wildflowers grow up as often as I can for the bees. There's the Rose, the farmhouse, my neighbors across the street. Solar panels, happy with the sun today in my new patio drawer. But the outdoors of this paradise of 7 acres of Lightspring Glen. Something to share with people. No gatherings this year. Did not seem wise. I didn't think many people would be comfortable coming up. It's become more comfortable now for a lot of people, and oh, there's a little frog that wants to talk with us. Yeah. And the sun has gone a little bit behind those clouds, so I was hoping to maybe sign off with more of the let's see. No, probably, well, we'll see. I wanted to walk over and just point us down into the water. Next year, I have 2 projects coming up. One is directly ahead of us. That honeysuckle that I let grow for a while is blocking my view of the pond, so I need to take it out. And then beyond it, you know, a project that was kind of planned and then never acted on. And I had a bit of a back issue for a short time, or a hip issue, I don't know which it was, but you know, the year's gone. To keep the, I'm going to open this up next year and keep it more trimmed down. Talk about change. Here is a huge branch that broke off one night in the dark of night, a huge crack, and plunged down into the water. So the kingfisher is taken to perching on it when it comes by, looking to see if there are any minnows unwise enough to be near enough to the surface. So I don't know, permanent part of the pond, change happens. And over further in the woods, beyond where I can show you this with this camera, one of the huge hemlocks toppled in a very, very high wind storm with high winds back in the spring. There's a post about that on my Golden Spiral Journeys page. So, and the little crunchy leaves underfoot, so you'll get a little of that action as well. I'm going to attach below a video of one of my favorite seasonal poems, Mary Oliver's Wild Geese. And, oh, there's the sun. You'll probably see, well, I'm beyond where I could show you the woods again. So we're going to crunch over here. I hope you can go out and crunch on some leaves of your own. Have some fun, make a leaf pile and jump in it. I have children you know do that. And thanking you for joining me. There's still a lot of green in these leaves. Something to do this time of year, tree lovers, that I'm sure just about the majority of you are, is the trees are ready to go into their necessary hibernation, the hardwoods. And to thank your tree friends and all of the green grove, but especially your tree friends, our tree friends, for their receiving our gifts of carbon dioxide into themselves and breathing out the oxygen for us. Thanking them for this beautiful gifting, receiving and gifting. So as we have now the month of the sun on my back, and down to Lightspring Glen. This is the Glen. And there is the light on the water rising from the springs and little creeks. And the hill behind us, the hills behind me. I wish you very well as we go further into the season, or whenever it is that you come to this video. Wanted to mention, I will be, and you may have already seen this, a tiny little video I made of the beautiful leaf color, the beautiful leaves, earlier in the month of October. It's about 2.5 minutes, and I'll be posting that as well. I've shown you, we still do, we have beautiful leaf color ongoing. Not all areas of New England had their brilliant colors this year, factor of the rains, and a lot of warmth, overwarmth early in the summer. It certainly was beautiful. Okay, that's about it. Hopefully I didn't talk your ear off. As I say to people when I make an outdoor video, you can always put it on mute and just enjoy the view. Thank you for joining me. It's wonderful to sense you out there beyond this video and know you, and hope and know you a bit through this. Some of you I do know, others I don't, but I wish you so well, each and every one of you. Take good care. There are more to come. You can click the like. Oh, and I should always say, by clicking the like below the video and subscribing so that notices when they do get made and posted come to you. But the more that these videos are liked, or anyone's videos, the more that others get to see this, get to know about it. So thank you for inviting people to join us all here at Lightspring Glen. And that is all for this time. Wishing you very well. Lightspring Glen. Bye for now. Much love.